So we got that daily on NQ. All right, so we can see yesterday a very bullish day. Almost traded up into this little daily imbalance up above. We got like a daily and a 4-hour up here. So 4-hour SIBI up here. Sorry, daily SIBI up here. We also have a 4-hour up there. So we got pretty close to trading into that level. We haven't yet, but we did take out yesterday's high. It's a previous day high. And then we have these equal lows down here at our previous 2-day low. So I'm just going to say previous day low. So a lot of sell side down there. We've already taken out a lot of external buy side. Look at the 4-hour. We've got some equal highs up here. Look at those equal highs, buy side liquidity. And then we have that 4-hour up here where that daily imbalance is. I do like this 4-hour imbalance down here as well. 4-hour busy. Okay, so to me what it's looking like is that we have a nice drawn liquidity to the buy side up here, up at these equal highs. Let's go down to a 1-hour. Let's check out the 1-hour. All right, we got those equal highs up there. We've got an imbalance above on the daily level. And then we've got a little bit of sell side down here. We've got that 1-hour busy down here. It's a 1-hour breaker down here. So let's just try out that breaker again. That high to that low. Right there. So we got that 1-hour breaker, bullish breaker. And we've got some lows here and here. Right, so we've got a lot of support here, and then we have these equal highs up top. I really want to see if we're going to take those out. Let's look at our Asia highs and lows, London highs and lows real quick. Let's chart those out. Okay, so Asia, remember 7 p.m. Eastern to midnight Eastern. So let's look at our low. Looks like our low is down here at 7:45. Asia low. So we got that down there. And then we had our Asia high. Looks like up here at 11 p.m. All right, so we had that Asia range from this low to this high. You can see price came up, completely swept it, created that equal high up here, which is also going to be our London high up top. So we got that London high up there. And then we had our London low. Where do we have our London low? All the way down here at 3 a.m. I believe at 3 a.m. Okay, so we have had a big drop overnight. Very big drop overnight. Or this morning. We have news at 10 a.m., which is a red folder, new home sales. And we've created this bearish reversal pattern up here. Bearish reversal pattern up here at the highs. Where we can see high, low, higher, high, displacement of the lows. Bearish breaker up top. So today, it's going to be another day of reacting. My bias, like I said, on a daily time frame is still bullish today. It's still bullish, especially coming down to this 4-hour bullish imbalance. And then creating those equal highs up top. That is a very strong external draw on liquidity up there. 2 strong highs. We also have that London high right up there. We have that daily bearish imbalance. To me, that is a very strong draw on liquidity. And after seeing what we did yesterday, I'm still expecting us to be a little bit bullish. I do want to check out the VIX and see how the VIX is opening, how the VIX is moving. The VIX is very bearish so far. Let's check out what YM is doing. All right, so I do want to look over here at ES a little bit. Let's look at ES on a daily level as well. So a lot of SMT at the highs. Looks like on ES we didn't get those equal highs. We did take out yesterday's high, but ES is looking very bearish, like it wants to come down to yesterday's low already. So that's something to keep our eye on there. We still haven't even taken out our previous week low on ES yet, which we took out on Monday, or we took out on like Sunday night basically, or early Monday morning on NQ. And ES is really lagging behind. See that there. So basically what I'll be waiting for today is to see that opening range created. I want to see our opening range created, and I want to see what direction our market wants to push. Right now, I do want to see NQ move up. I would like to see NQ move up and come take all of this buy side liquidity and head right back for the highs. But if we do start to push through that 4-hour imbalance, then I would expect us to try to come down here and take out previous day low. Guys, here's those equal lows we talked about. Remember these equal lows down here we talked about? Yep. Remember when we swept those yesterday morning? Boom, came all the way up to the highs. So yeah, I mean, even yesterday we had the right analysis, right? We had the right analysis throughout the entire day. So let's just kind of see what movement we're gonna get here on NQ. So far, nothing too crazy. Kind of a lot of chop right now. A lot of chop at market open so far. Look at the 1 minute time frame. A lot of chop. Nothing too clear here. Nothing too clear. Let's try to find a lot. Let's try to look at our internal liquidity levels. Right, we got internal liquidity at our swing highs. So we've got some up here. At that high at 19,984, and then we've got these highs all in this imbalance or in that breaker. So we've got a lot of buy side liquidity, which I do want to see us go target that buy side. But today I kind of want to wait for that opening range to be created. Maybe for us to trade below the sell side liquidity. Maybe grab some sell side before making that reversal to the upside. But today we will be reacting. Because recently our market is kind of all over the place, guys. We saw a big dump the other day on Monday, and then yesterday we saw a big pump, and then overnight we'd dump right back again. So we are kind of all over the place. Kind of all over the place on NQ recently. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. Remember, I do like to wait for that opening range candle, which is that first 15-minute candle. I like for that one to open. And I like to see kind of what, if we're going to go grab liquidity on one side, have that kind of fake out Judas swing on market open, after that first 15-minute, and then get our real move. Get our real move to one side. Boom, boom, boom. So, yeah, so that news coming out in about 19 minutes, red folder. Besides that, we don't really have too much going on. Not really much other news. I wouldn't expect today to be too crazy of a day with our price action. We're kind of, with one red folder event and nothing else, we could move kind of slow throughout the day, except for this news event that might be really one of the only things that really moves us today. Recently we have been seeing Nvidia and our tech stocks really driving the market. A lot of fundamental stuff as of recent. So I do want to kind of see what Nvidia is up to today. Because on Monday we saw Nvidia dump, NQ or futures dumped, right? And then we saw Nvidia pump yesterday, and we pumped yesterday on NQ. So a lot of correlation there. A lot of correlation. We still see the VIX dumping right now. We got a few more minutes until this opening range candle is created. But we're just, look at that chop. So much chop here. Maybe we wait and see if we get a nice power of 3 AMD setup. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys had a great day yesterday. And hope you're ready for some trading today, guys. Man, third day of the week already. I don't know about you guys, but these weeks are flying by quick. These weeks have been flying by quick for me. It just depends on your it just depends on your risk management. One mini could be sizing a little too big if you're not managing your risk correctly. If you don't have very tight stops. You know, if you have very tight stops, then you could do one mini. But on 50Ks, I prefer to trade like 6 micros. Sometimes I'll go a little bit more if I'm already in a winning trade. But I like to keep it a little bit smaller. Got you. Yeah, man, that's a bummer. That's happened to me before. That's the one thing about overnight trading. That's hard. It's hard with trading in the morning or trading overnight because, yeah, that can happen. All right, E Hardy, let's get it. Let's try to bring back that leverage there. All right, so we just closed the 15-minute opening range here. Still in Chop City right now. Very slow, very choppy price action here. Let's see what NQ wants to do. All right, so we are going up above our opening range here into a 15-minute bearish fair value gap. $15-minute SIBI here. Let's see what we do here. If we're going to push through, if we're going to get that reaction, get a power of 3 back to the downside, and target sell side liquidity. We are getting a strong bounce off that 4-hour imbalance below. I do want to see if we're going to try to push right through this. Okay, so we're getting a lot of bullish momentum here. A lot of bullish momentum. Still have this SIBI up here, another imbalance up here. We have VWAP, and then we have this breaker pattern up top. So let's see if we're going to try to trade into that or not. I did want to see a fake out to the downside first. Grab sell side liquidity, and then reverse to the upside. Right now we are not. We are just seeing that pump. With a red folder news event coming out soon. Typically, we don't see the best price action leading into a news event like that. And I do not want to be in a trade within 5 minutes of that news or data being released. So right now we just keep pumping, not really testing any levels, retesting any fair value gaps or anything like that. We're coming up for this liquidity level up top. So very bullish right now. I wanted to see us be bullish, but I did want to see us come down and grab sell side liquidity first. And just give us an opportunity to be able to jump into the longs with good risk management and good, reward. But we are seeing us just kind of pump and not offer us anything, and that's all right. I'll just have to wait for something here. Still could see a power of 3 here. Still could see this be the fake out move up, and then we could see us head down for sell side. But the VIX is still really moving down. I do still have a bullish bias. We just still have not really gotten any pullback to any levels that I would want to enter off of. Yeah, news in 11 minutes. We got news in 11 minutes. So we'll see here what we want to do. Again, I won't be in a trade within 5 minutes of that news release. Okay, so ES still isn't even at VWAP yet. ES is still kind of low. Strong 5-minute candle there. So I might even want to just wait for that news to come out before taking a trade. Just because we're not really seeing any pullback so far. No really good points of entry. No good points of entry that I like. I think this might be a theme today where we're going to chop and then we're going to have like a small pump and then we're going to chop, right? Small distribution and then chop. So far, that's kind of how we've started out. Yeah, we've got a fair value gap down here on NQ. This is our only fair value gap we've created on NQ on the 1 minute. So now we're trading into that bearish breaker up here. Now we're trading into that 15-minute bearish breaker. So this is the point where I'd want to see us get a reaction back to the downside. Swap that liquidity level there, internal liquidity. So very bullish so far, like I expected, but just wanted to see us actually take out that sell side first. So no entries that I've taken so far. So just waiting for us to trade up into this gap a little bit, grab some liquidity, or into this breaker, grab some liquidity, and then head back down is what I would be expecting here. So we've got a few more minutes until the news comes out. But this is that point I would want to see us start to reverse off of this breaker. And I'm not just going to try to guess the reversal and go in short from here, but I'm going to wait and see if we get a nice reaction off of this level. And maybe even try to break structure. Because we are still very bullish right now. So the 15-minute breaker, we see this little high low here, higher high, and then we displace the low. So this down close candle, lowest down close candle on that first side of low, that's that bearish breaker block there that we've just traded into. Okay, now we're starting to see us start to head down here. So let's see what we're going to do around VWAP if we're going to create a nice trading opportunity for us. We're starting to head down. See if we can get something good here. We're about 5 minutes away from the news here. We are looking like we're starting to try to head back down. Let's see if we want to trade back into a fair value gap. Give us something good. Like I said, though, I don't know if I really want to be in a trade within a few minutes of this news release. I would expect this to be setting us up for a short, but we'd have to really wait for the news. We'd have to really wait for that news to come out, because the news will take us in the direction we're going to be trying to move. But I wouldn't be surprised if we came back down and tried to grab this sell side down here during silver bullet hour. Again, we're still looking very bullish, and I still do have a bullish bias overall. But we can see we're pretty much right in the middle here on our daily candle. Very indecisive on our daily candle so far. But when we form those equal highs up top and we trade into that 4-hour bullish fair value gap, that's what's really making me want to see these longs come in and go take out those equal highs and head into that daily bearish fair value gap up top. So we barely touched into that 5-minute bullish fair value gap there. So I'm really just waiting until this news comes out. I'm just waiting for this news here. So just a few more minutes. And we'll see. We're starting to react. We'll see if we can get a break of structure, take out these lows, start creating lower lows. If we're going to close below VWAP, start respecting our bearish levels. And this is exactly where we'd want to see us bounce from. And we're starting to see that bounce. But everything could go right out the window with this news, so that's why I wait for the news to come out before I jump into an entry. So just about 1 minute until this release. So we got that break of structure here. Close below VWAP. All right, these are those shorts that I wanted to see come in and come down and take out this sell side, but with that news, I decided to stay out, not get an entry. Got about 30 seconds here. We trade into that 5-minute bullish fair value gap here. A lot of pullback on the 15-minute. We're respecting that bearish 15-minute that we charted out before. Strong pullback off that breaker block. And we'll see what happens. Remember, I will not be in any positions here. We'll see what this news does. We'll see where it takes us. Okay, so we're below VWAP now. We got a small break of structure, respecting our 1-minute bearish imbalances. I would expect us now to try to come down and take out sell side here. Bouncing off that breaker. And all the way down to here. But as I said, I like to give it a little bit of time once that news comes out, let the market pick its direction, and then react. That's just what I want to see happen here. I'm still bullish bias overall right now. Overall still bullish bias. But I did want to see if we're going to come down and try to grab sell side. Looking like we still want to push up. See if we start to disrespect our bearish levels. If we do that, then I would expect the longs to just step in and start taking out all of this buy side liquidity up top and go for London high. If we start to just blow through all of these bearish fair value gaps and everything. Got a few hourly imbalances above. Still being weird right now. We haven't seen anything too crazy yet. Not a lot of crazy movement so far. We're moving pretty slow right now. Oh, give me one sec. I'm gonna make sure I connect my broker here. So we're seeing us still head up. It's not letting me connect my broker here. Don't know why. Alright, so we're right back into that 15-minute breaker again. We're still looking pretty bullish here. I just want to see us start using some fair value gaps, start getting that, some kind of conviction in a move to one way or the other. So far, every time we've traded into this 15-minute, we've seen a reaction both times, but we do have this fair value gap underneath. Let's see if we want to start heading for that buy side liquidity above. All right, we're respecting that 1 minute bearish or bullish fair value gap there. We do have a lot of buy side up here. But we're just not moving a lot right now. Okay, so now we're starting to move. These longs are starting to look a little bit better here. Longs are starting to look better. I haven't gotten an entry or anything, guys, but now the NQ is proving to me a little bit more. The longs might be a little bit stronger. Let's see if we get any kind of follow through. We've respected a 1 minute bullish imbalance. That's what I want to see during silver bullet. I just want to get that conviction that we're gonna respect or start using our 1 minute fair value gaps. Start giving me that confidence that the longs are really gonna step in and come try to grab all of that buy side liquidity. A lot of divergence up here at the highs, though. A lot of divergence. And ES is still at VWAP here. Hasn't taken out this high. NQ is all the way up here. It's taken out that high. It's above VWAP. There's a lot of divergence between the two. And I want to be very patient with this price action right now. Okay, so far, one fair value gap created down here, and we did respect it. So now I have that conviction. Just wanted to see, I want to see ES start heading up for that high. Start pushing through VWAP. The breaker on ES is all the way up here. So we've almost pushed through the whole breaker on NQ, and ES hasn't even gotten close to touching into that breaker yet. So there's still a lot of SMT here. VIX is still heading down. Let's see, do we have a small 1 minute here? Small 1 minute fair value gap there. And we obviously have this one down here. Let's see if we want to trade back into that level or not. Alright, and then just using our fib, looking at that premium to discount range. Okay, so we trade into that 1 minute. We're seeing a reaction off of it, but no fall through so far. I would want to wait for us to trade back down a little bit. The 9:53 a.m. This like little high, low, lower, low. Yeah, it could be technically considered a breaker. Low, high, lower, low. Right now we're seeing a very strong reaction to the downside. Off this 15-minute breaker. Long wick to the upside on the 15-minute. So I'd be really waiting for one of two things to happen here. Be waiting for us to come down into this 1 minute here. 1 minute fair value gap that we bounced from earlier. And we try to trade, wick down to that discount. Then see the longs continue. Or wait and see if we're going to start disrespecting these levels and start getting that breaker structure and head down off that 15-minute breaker. So we disrespected that 1 minute there. So let's see what we do when we trade back into this 1 minute here. See if we're going to try to push right through it or get a nice reaction off of it. Nice reaction so far. A decent reaction so far off that 1 minute. Still don't love the longs just yet. Don't love the longs just yet. I want to see us really start to push off that level because of how ES is pulling back. Still beneath VWAP with all that SMT, but if we do start to bounce pretty hard here, I will jump into the longs. Every time I think we might start heading up, we kind of get that stalling. The 953 candle wouldn't be considered a breaker. Just because we didn't. Here, 1 second. I'm starting to think about these longs. We're not really seeing any of that momentum step in here. We're about to close on this 15-minute candle. Beneath that 50% of that breaker. Alright, I'm going to test out the longs here and just half a lot right now. I'm going to test them out at 2,275. Is my entry 2,275. So I'm going to test them with just half a lot. I'm going to keep my stop down at 55 ticks down below that low at 19,989. And we'll see if we start to get that push past the highs. If we start struggling to even push past this high, then I'll probably just scale out. But I do like that reaction. We're getting off that 1 minute again. Not a lot of fall through so far. I might start thinking about scaling out here if we're going to start pushing down. Might just cut my loss here, honestly. I'm just going to cut my loss early, guys. We're not seeing any fall through to the upside on that candle. I don't like that down close candle so far. Don't like that movement. I'm not liking our movement right now. We made a lower high there. Doesn't look like we want to get continuation to the upside just yet. I wanted to see at that point, right with that new 15-minute candle, I wanted to see it start to really push up from that level, and we didn't start to see that. Seeing a lot of pullback here, so I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait after creating that lower high there. And just in case we want to, we're going to get a strong reaction off this level. Okay, I mean, we're still bouncing. We're still bouncing from here. But we're just really stalling and seeing a lot of chop here. Just a lot of up and down, no follow through right now. So I want to wait to get into another position here. Just because we are reacting off that bearish breaker. So I'm going to wait and see if we're going to get a break of structure to the downside, or what we're going to do if we trade back into that 1 minute. Just a lot of up and down. Not really liking it right now. Got a lot of liquidity levels up top. Yeah, I'm just not liking this slow up and down movement so far. You know, it looks like these longs want to step in, but I need to see a little bit more than this. Don't like this price action. It does look like we're trying to still set up these longs though. Okay, I'm starting to like that a lot more. Alright, I'm going to try out these longs one more time. I'm going to try them out one more time. Let's see where I got filled here. I got filled pretty high there. 2007. Yeah, not the best fill there. I got filled way too high. All the way up top at like the top of that wick. So probably just cut this real quick. Probably just cut that real quick. Man, why did I get filled? I got filled all the way at the top. I was trying to get filled a lot lower down here. So yeah, I'm going to wait for this chop to end. I'm just going to wait for this chop to end before I get another entry. So we've been proven twice here that we're not trying to, you know, we're not going to see that breakout of the top just yet. So I'll just wait for this, wait for us to break out of this chop, look for a different entry. Wait for a different entry here. Trade back into that 1 minute. Yes, I'm trying to connect. It was not letting me connect my account. Okay, so we're still in this little range here. Let me try to connect my account one more time. Okay, that should have worked there. I longed against a 15-minute fair value gap, bearish fair value gap. Yes, I did, and that's because we have a very strong bullish bias right now, guys. Very strong bullish bias because I do believe we are going to break right through it right now. I think we're going to break right through it as we're seeing us start to do. Oh yeah, let me share my screen again. Here we go. Here we go. Thanks for letting me know. And like I said, we're breaking right through it, right? Or at least we're attempting to. Let's see if we actually break through it or not. Right, our bias is still my bias is still very bullish as of right now. Just been waiting, you know, tried to catch that trade there. A little premature. Just because we hadn't broken out of that range yet. So now I'll really wait for us to break out. Wait for a different entry. So yeah, I mean, we're still struggling to get through this 15-minute bearish or breaker block. We're still struggling to get through it right now. Let's see what we do if we trade into this little 1 minute here. VIX is really heading down still. Still expecting us to continue in the longs here, guys. Just want to see if we're going to trade into that fair value gap here. Strong displacement. Just all the long wicks up are what I don't like. I don't like that our 15-minute is struggling to break through, but I do expect it to try to break through at some point. So we'll see if we're going to push right through this level and create a power of 3 to the downside. Let's see if we're going to create a power of 3 to the downside here. And if that's the case and we get a break of structure to the downside, that's when I'm actually looking for shorts to catch all the way down to those lows. But not until that happens. So if we come down and close below these lows, that's when I'm expecting the shorts to step in and start taking out this low, these lows, this low. Okay, so we completely displaced that 1 minute. So we're showing that we're not really respecting our silver bullet to the upside right now. So let's see if we get a power of 3 to the downside. If we start breaking structure, that's when I'm looking short. That's when I'll start looking short. Right back to that 1 minute down here. We didn't even touch into it and we're still reacting off that level. All these equal lows down here. There's not the best price action right now. One minute fair value gap up here. Okay, here we go. So we're starting to try to get that break of structure. Now we're getting that power of 3 set up. So this is when I start looking short. And doesn't mean I'm going to chase the short, so it just means I'm going to wait for a good setup. If we get that real break of structure here. Which it looks like we are trying to do. Alright, so we came up, we swept liquidity on the upside. We're bouncing off that 15-minute bearish breaker. About to close on this 15-minute. Now I'm just waiting for some pullback. Waiting for some pullback to an actual, a good level to short off of. Not going to just chase these shorts down. Because we're still going to have a lot of reward all the way down, guys. Because I would expect these shorts to come all the way down to this low. So, I mean, yeah, if you want to chase, you can chase. But I'm not looking to chase these. There they go. There they go. I do expect us to get some kind of pullback after this strong move. Some kind of pullback here. Yep, so we're moving. Again, still not looking to chase this. Still want to see a good entry. Still want to see us pull back. We're just touching to that 15-minute bullish fair value gap there, but it doesn't look like we're going to get any kind of pullback here, guys. Doesn't, not yet at least. Want to see us get some kind of pullback. Trade into a bearish fair value gap. And then take us down to all of our sell side down there. So we've got a few up here. Looks like we're creating one right here. This could be another level of entry here. See how much we want to trade into this 1 minute here. I'm not going to rush an entry down here at this point because I do want to see how much pullback we're going to get. So I'm not going to rush a bearish entry on a strong bullish candle just yet. I want to see us react off of that fair value gap. In power of 3, we do want to use our fib and see if we're going to trade up into that 0.5 or that 0.62. We might not because we have such a strong move down. We might come up to VWAP and bounce off VWAP. We'll see. Looks like we're inversing this 1 minute. So we just inverse that 1 minute there. Let's see if we're going to trade into a premium. We just trade into that 1 minute fair value gap up top, or this one right here up in a premium of that range. Still not ready to get any short entries yet because of that strong bullish momentum here. And that bounce off that 15-minute bullish fair value gap so far. Okay, I'm liking that reaction there. I'm liking that reaction. I want to see how this 1 minute candle closes. Still don't like it just yet. Okay, I'm going to test out these shorts here. Or not. Why didn't it fill me there? Oh. Okay, I'm not in, guys. I'm not in. Didn't click. I clicked the side of the button. Let me wait. Let me wait. Let's see. I want to see one more reaction, and then I'll get in short. I do have my account connected now, so you will be able to see it on the screen. I do want to get an entry around here. And I was trying to get an entry, but I didn't click the actual sell button. So I didn't get that entry. So I'll wait. Still stalling here. Still stalling. Just want to see us start to drop. Not getting that drop yet. We start to get some momentum. We start to get some momentum to the downside here. Starting to look for another entry here. We're just not seeing enough. I'm not seeing enough momentum right now. Still seeing too much chop. Guys, even if you did get that entry that I was trying to get into, you could have gotten out at break even multiple times here. Right? You could have gone out at break even multiple times. I see, I see. Alright, so we're heading up into that golden zone of that power of 3 here, up into this 0.62, 0.79. Back into that 15-minute breaker. Just not seeing that drop yet. Not seeing what I want to see. Got all these fair value gaps up here, and we've displaced 2 of them already. We can see that 15-minute trade down to the bullish fair value gap down there, and we've really bounced from that level after sweeping that sell side liquidity level, but this is still the point where I'd want to see us drop again. Every time so far we've looked like we want to start dropping, we have not gotten any fall through to the downside. Here we go. Let's see if we're going to get any fall through. If we're just going to bounce off VWAP again. ES is still well below VWAP right now. The VIX is pumping. We've traded into a premium of that power of 3 range. We're back off of that breaker. Okay, I'm going to test out the shorts here. I'm going to test out the shorts. If we can break VWAP. Again, I'm going to monitor this one very closely as well. If we can't break through VWAP, then I'll just get out. 19993 is where I'll put my stop. Alright, if we can't seem to break through VWAP, I'll get out. That's a nice down close candle there off that fair value gap off that breaker. We're seeing ES dropping. We're seeing the VIX pumping. Got a lot of conviction here. Now I just want to see if we can break through VWAP. It's going to be the one thing holding us here. The one thing holding us here is VWAP. ES still looks very bearish. I have all the conviction here on this trade. We've done all the things that I wanted to see. We finally got a strong down close candle there. Let's see if we actually want to drop though. Here we go. I'm going to add into a full here. I'm going to add into a full. Full position now. Let's see if we can get that drop. Let's see if we can catch it. Down to this low. Right, we got to push through this 1 minute bullish fair value gap there. So this will be my first TP, about 139 ticks or so. Down at this low. I'll put a limit order there. There we go. You could also take TP anywhere around, you know, if you want to take a TP around a 1-to-1. Or move that stop to break even. Because we are going to have to push through that 1 minute. I'll move my stop down just a little bit here. Let's see if we can push through. Again, I'm still going to monitor this one very closely. I'm not liking that at all. I'm not liking that move up. Still holding on to it. Man, we're still holding. That 1 minute bullish fair value gap is still holding. Really wanted to see us push right through that. I think we got a pretty good entry on it, but we're not seeing any follow through right now. Yeah, and that's why I wanted to see us come down and grab this liquidity level again after seeing that nice little bounce from the breaker one more time. Again, I'm holding this one for a bigger trade, guys. I'm willing to hold for like 140 ticks, 139 ticks for my first TP, unless we start to see a lot of stalling. If we see a ton of stalling like somewhere down here, then I'll just take a TP. Like I said, right now we have like a 50 tick stop. I have a 50 tick stop. So you could always take your first TP around 50 ticks or around 100 ticks if you want to do a 1-to-1 or 1-to-2. Let's see here. All right, so we just hit 47 ticks, almost 50 ticks. Right, I'm still holding this one, but you could look to hold it for 100 to first TP. I want to hold this one all the way down. It's 137 ticks to first TP. I really like what I'm seeing. But as I was saying, if we stall and we continue to bounce off that 1 minute, you know, you might just see me scale out of the position because we're not seeing any of that follow through I want to see. Every time we look like we're really heading down for that low, we come right back up and bounce off that 1 minute fair value gap. So we are doing a lot of stalling. I mean, I've really liked this trade so far. We're still sitting in profit a little bit. Just want to see us actually just get that strong momentum and see that distribution move down. That power of 3 setup. It's just this level that's really holding us right now. Can't seem to break through. So I still have a lot of conviction in this setup. I'm just not liking this price action that we've seen. Just a little bit volatile right now. Not seeing that follow through. Not seeing that continuation. See if it wants to come stop me out here or not. A strong move up there. Again, you could always cut your losses early. I'm still just going to hold on to this one. Wow, that's, you know, price is very volatile. I still really like that setup. Still have a lot of conviction in that setup, guys. A lot of conviction in that setup, and it was looking pretty good. We just couldn't see that breakthrough. We had that retracement back into a premium, back into that 0.62 power of 3 level. We had our target liquidity down here. So let's see. That move could still happen. The move could still happen. But I still wanted to give myself room to be able to take another trade. You know, so 50 tick stop. Just so... this price action here just kind of sucks, guys. Kind of sucks. We hit 47 ticks at one point, and we just couldn't get any of that follow through. But as I always say, if I have all the conviction in my trade, I'm not going to be upset when it doesn't work out because I had a lot of conviction in that trade. Everything was lining up. I really liked the setup, and it just stopped me out. So I can't be upset about that. Just a lot of chop, a lot of volatility here. Later, Crixus. So we'll see what we do here. But yeah, there was that point on this trade where I really, expected us to drop right through that 1 minute imbalance here. Make another lower low, take out that first TP. We just didn't want to do that. So now we've broken structure to the upside, taking out that high. Yes, it's starting to pump now. Now we see the VIX dumping right back down. We'll see what we do off this 1 minute fair value gap. We haven't been able to push through this 15-minute breaker yet. But I almost want to save my my capital to see if our price action gets a little bit better. Because right now I'm not loving this. I really was loving that setup. But I'm not loving this price action right now. And the reason for that is because we're seeing a lot of just like each candle, we're seeing a lot of red, green, red, green, red, green. We haven't seen a lot of strong follow through. This bearish candle here is the one that really started to give me that extra conviction. Seeing a strong down close candle off that 15-minute breaker, really heading down, was giving me that conviction. But then we started to see a lot of up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Even throughout this move was up, down, up, down, up, down. But now we're starting to try to push through those levels. So we're back into that 15-minute breaker. Back into that 1 hour bearish fair value gap there. So let's see if we want to just push through these levels. So we've gotten that break of structure here, taking out that high. Let's look at our daily candle again. This daily candle, I mean, we're a little bit bullish, but we can see really just kind of all over the place. Price can't really make up its mind right now. Yeah, we bounced off that 4 hour, which is initially what gave me that, part of that bullish bias was that 4 hour bounce and then our equal highs up top. But then seeing us really struggle to push through that 15 minute and seeing a power of 3 to the downside. Nice reaction off that fair value gap. Still having sell side liquidity down here during silver bullet. Seeing the VIX really pumping, made me want to see those shorts come in, and we just didn't see those shorts come in. But yeah, I still like that entry, and I still had my conviction. So as long as I have that, I'm not going to be upset. Now we'll see if these longs are going to push through. Still seeing strong reaction off this 15 minute. We're still not pushing through the 15 minute breaker. So I just want to see our price action get a little bit better here. It was starting to look a lot better. This move right here was starting to look a lot better, which is why I wanted to get in. Finally seeing good price action, and then we wanted to kind of go back to the long wick stuff. I'll keep waiting here. Keep waiting. Wait for something to happen. You can see we're getting that strong bounce off the 1 hour imbalance up top. Still bouncing off that breaker. But it's hard for me to trust the shorts again. It's very hard for me to trust the shorts again right now. And look at that crazy candle. It's just very volatile right now. The price is extremely volatile. So we're getting near the end of the hour. And really, we haven't seen price pick a direction. It's still very indecisive. So maybe we'll see a little bit better price action near lunch hour. You know, maybe around lunch hour we'll see something better. But right now, after seeing this trade not work out, and then seeing us just ranging, really want to wait for a really better idea of where price wants to go. Because every time we've looked like we wanted to break through that 15-minute, we have failed to do so. And then when we look like we really want to head down for all of our sell side liquidity, we came right back up after taking that level. So yeah, I mean it's somewhat seek and destroy conditions. But we're not coming up to grab that buy side. ES back above VWAP. And we still have so much SMT. That's another one of my convictions for the shorts, was seeing all of that SMT divergence. How ES hasn't even reached that breaker and was struggling to even break through VWAP, holding us down. And after seeing such a strong move down, power of 3, strong reaction off that golden zone, that really gave me that conviction in the shorts. And let's say even if we do break out in the longs here, I would still wait to get an entry. I'm not going to try to long. I'm not going to try to get an entry anywhere right here right now. I don't like getting an entry at this level. Just because even though we are, yeah, it's just a lot of ranging back and forth. A lot of ranging. Yeah, I kind of want to wait and see if price action is going to get a little bit better near lunch hour. Because right now, this stuff is not fun. Stuff is not too good. We're not seeing really any follow through on any moves. Not a lot of continuation. To either side. So that's kind of making me want to wait for around lunch hour to see if we're going to see something good. Welcome to Chop City. Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of that seek and destroy. It does feel like a Monday. Our Monday price action was great. We had great price action on Monday. Today, not so much. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I mean, I'll wait for this new hour candle. Kind of see if we get anything. But watching this price action right now makes me want to stay out until we see something better. We're starting to head down again. Off the 15-minute breaker. We've still respected this 15-minute breaker the entire day, but haven't seen any real fall through the downside. And we can see this hourly candle, strong bounce off that fair value gap above. So I would expect us to really drop from here. But with the way we're moving, don't really know if that's going to happen. Let's see if these shorts are actually going to step in here. Coming right back into that 1 minute BPR down here. We still have this 15-minute bullish for value gap down here that we'd have to push through. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, guys, I think what I'll do is just wait until around, lunch hour. And again, right when I hop off, we'll probably see price action get really good. So I'm going to hop off and then come right back and see if we get better price action. We're starting to move a little bit more right now. A lot more bearish momentum here. See if there's any kind of follow through on this move. Looks like it's going to go down and hit our TP now. So back into that 15-minute bullish fair value gap here. We are looking pretty bearish, like we're trying to head down for that level that I wanted to see us take out earlier. But we wanted to chop for a while before coming down to that level again. We'll see. We could just take out this liquidity and head right back up to the top. Bounce off that 15-minute again. Yeah, it just seems like today there's no clear direction in the market. No clear direction in the market. Looks like we will try to range for a while. Well, typically with London close, I would want to see price already move in one direction pretty good and then get that reversal. So far, we've just been ranging up and down the whole time. But seeing us continue to react off this level would make me want to see these shorts come in and come down back into that 4 hour. Again, Just not good price action. Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, I wanted to see these shorts come in, but watching this chop just made me stay out of it and not try to get a re-entry there. But we were right back into that 15-minute bullish imbalance. We swept a little bit of sell side liquidity. So in these conditions, then you would kind of expect price to come right back up and take out these highs. But we haven't been taking buy side liquidity, too much of it. So I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to wait for, I'll come back to my computer around like 8:30 Pacific time. And I'll look at the charts again and see if we have some better price action around that London close, you know, leading into lunch, and still look to see if we're going to have any good setups for us that I can call out for you guys. But just watching this right now makes me want to stay out. This definitely makes me want to stay out of this market right now. Yeah, guys. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna give it like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I'll come back. I'll check it out. Read our price action. See if we're doing any better. See if there's an entry worth taking for us. Again, I'm not willing to put more risk into the market if I don't see any good price action. Because there is always tomorrow, there is always Friday, there is always Monday. So what's the point of trying to force trades, any more trades today, if we don't see good price action? Right, just to ruin your drawdown or to lose a lot of your capital so that you're not able to take those same trades, you know, good trades tomorrow. So I will only take another trade if we see something very, very good. Besides that, I will stay out. I won't put any more risk into this market. And yeah, I can live with this. I can live with this loss right here because I had my conviction. I had my conviction. I can live with it. All right, guys. I appreciate you. I will talk to you soon. I'll let you know if I see any setups. Okay, I will call it out for you, and I'll try to send a screenshot or something of my entry and everything. If I'm gonna take another trade, just so you guys can see those exact levels, so it's easier for you to follow the trade. Yeah, we're still doing our prop firm session. Still doing prop firm. Oh, and AZ Sunshine, are we wanting to run book club today? Are you wanting to run book club today? If you can hear me. Yeah, we'll let you know. We'll let you guys know about if we're gonna do book club at 9:30. And yeah, prop firm for sure at 10:45. No education today, but okay, cool. We'll have book club today at 9:30. And then we'll have education tomorrow at 9:30. All right, guys. Well, appreciate you. God bless. Stay safe until I see you in a little bit. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Okay, guys. Well, take it easy until then. Got you. Peace.